Hello everybody, I am back with another video. It's a new week. It is July 14th. So I wanted to give messages for the signs. Gonna do 2 card pulls per sign. Have some of my makeup here because I was getting ready. You can't even tell I did my makeup. You can't even tell because it wasn't full glam with lashes and all. I didn't have the patience for that. So okay, let's go with water signs. So water signs, which is perfect because I got the number 7 for this month, July. So you got stand your ground and transformation. So this week specifically is going to be a lot about claiming back your power, standing on real and actual business, not the business that's not things that are confusing you or leaving you in limbo, dealing with people that are hot and cold, wasting your time, wasting your words, wasting your energy on things that drain you. It's going to be a week where you start something new, or you probably have been working on a project and you're honestly not feeling it going anywhere, but it's because water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you need to approach your projects and ideas from a different way. So with the transformation card being here, lets me know that you are going to have some sort of shift in the way that you approach things. Crown chakra, okay? So making sure that you wear your scarves if you physically if you literally or physically or spiritually believe in protecting your crown. You wear a scarf, wear a hat when you're out, so that you can block the energy of others, and also stand on your boundaries, create new boundaries if you have to. For some reason, there's some sort of fear of confrontation, of standing your ground with people, or you feel like people have been twisting your words, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and people aren't understanding where you're coming from. So you just immediately been cutting them off, or you've been ghosting. I'm getting like ghosting energy because you can only tell someone so much what you are wanting to do or what you expect out of them before you get tired and you're like, all right, on to the next. So yeah, that is your message for this week. Open your mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And make sure that you're not so worried about offending people and needing to walk on eggshells in order to make people uncomfortable when they don't think twice about I meant comfortable, making people comfortable, but then you worry about making people uncomfortable. You worry about making people comfortable, so it makes you uncomfortable. You see how that's the opposite of balance? You're compromising and you're making all these sacrifices for the sake of the peace of others. Meanwhile, you toss and turn at night. That makes no sense. Moving on to fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sag. For this week, what is the energy for Aries, Leo, Sag this week? For the energy, Aries, Sag. This week. Okay, very loving cards. Material and spiritual prosperity, love, begins. You're gonna find more you're going to find more joy in your daily routine. You're going to see money coming in easily. You're going to also have very vivid dreams, and or you might need to keep a dream journal. You might need to keep a dream journal because you tend to forget. And you got memories of love on the bottom. Snap. Bottom of the deck. So, memories of love on the bottom of the deck. You've got material and spiritual prosperity, and love begins, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So learning to approach situations that normally would trigger you with love. Every time you are triggered, there's a lesson to be learned, and just know that every time something angers you and you allow it to take over your whole every fiber of your being, you allow it to ruin your day. You don't sit with that anger, and you either create something productive out of it, or you get it out in whatever way is healthy for you and makes sense to you and is going to feed your soul in a way that's not going to damage you or not going to leave you not going to leave you what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of times you get angry, and then that anger, you transfer it to other people. You don't end up doing anything productive, like writing a poem, or just taking yourself on a drive, or doing something relaxing for yourself after being angry, after needing to curse someone out, after having to put someone in their place. You're gonna start approaching those things with love. You're going to pour into situations that are pouring into you. You're going to start pouring into people that are pouring into you. And your material wealth, your relationship with money, has to do with your love or lack of love with how you earn your money. So if you approach your work environment and your spiritual life and all of the things you possess materially, materialistically, like money, clothes, and things of that sort, and you don't think of side hustles that you enjoy or a hobby that you really could potentially make money off of, but you may need to focus on loving those hobbies without earning the money at first, so that you can genuinely appreciate it and not just be focused on the coin all the time. Okay? That's an important lesson. You had the card sacrifice. So you have to give something up. You have to not give into your impulses all of the time when it comes to things that you want to buy. You may want to sacrifice something and open your eyes and realize, hey, you know, this person's that's constantly asking me for favors, asking me for my coin that I work hard for. I'm not going for that anymore. No. You choose to reply 30, 40, 50 minutes later, you know, an hour later to text that you normally would respond to in a minute. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Your material wealth has to do, your relationship with money has to do with your lack of belief in yourself, with treating yourself like a machine. You're not a machine. And we all know what happens to machines when you are pressing too many buttons at once. When you want the machine to do a million things at once. You're not letting the machine, You're not letting yourself take a breather. So what happens to a machine, to a computer, when it has too many tabs open and you're doing too many things at once on the computer and it can't just focus, you're not just working on one thing, it crashes. Reboot, restart, reset, and then you have to wait, and then possibly an update pops up, and then the hardware is like, there's an issue with the hardware. It's nothing, nobody is attacking you, nobody is hexing you. Sometimes you put these things in your head about outside sources hurting you when it's simply yourself. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And y'all can feel free to apply these messages to sun, moon, rising, literally any placement in your chart. If it resonates and you're not even any of these signs, the message was meant for you. It was meant to be heard. So I've done water signs, fire signs. Now let's move on to Earth. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. For the week starting on July 14th, Monday, Moon Day. Virgo, what did I say? Yeah, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Accelerated motion, movement, choices, decisions. So, let me put, yeah. So, I'm over here saying Aries again. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You got accelerated motion, movement, choices, and decisions. And you've got discontent and boredom on the bottom of the deck. So things move fast. Life doesn't stop for anyone. It doesn't mean you can't take a rest. You can't take time to yourself. It just means that life keeps going. With each and every decision you make, listen to me very clearly, because I'm going to say this. Earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. With each and every decision you make, you're going to be led somewhere. Right, wrong, whether it's a shortcut choice you make or it's gonna take you more time, you're gonna get to the right destination. Okay? Think of it like a plane ride or any kind of trip that you go on. Any kind of trip that you go on, you're going to have a direct way there. Like if you're going on a car ride, a road trip. Sometimes not. Sometimes you have to make stops. If you're on a plane, you're gonna have a layover, maybe. If you're not on a non-stop flight. Anyways, that's just like life. Sometimes a choice that you make will lead you almost immediately into the hands of your blessing, and sometimes you have to wait. And waiting, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Maybe say no to rushing this week. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Movement, choices, and decisions. This card is here because you need to be content with the decisions that you make. After you make a decision, it's not the time to be like, oh my God, did I make the right decision? Let me double back, let me check, let me double check, let me triple check, let me ask a friend, let me phone 5 friends. Your friends are not going to be available 24/7 of the time to give you advice on the decisions you make. And if they are, and if you're expecting people to always give you an answer on your decisions and always have the answers for you, you're treating your friends like genies. That's not healthy. You're treating your friends like deities. You're worshiping your friends because you're not leaning on your own understanding. You're not leaning on your own wisdom and knowledge given to you by God, source, spirit, whatever you call it, your guides. You're leaning on the understanding of others, and you don't know if the answers that the people around you are giving you are inspired by true, genuine love or envy, jealousy. A lot of people give you the wrong answers because they want to see you retake the test. Because they want you to trip. They want you to fail. They want you to make a mistake. All right? The New Beginnings card fell. You get bored, you get in your head because you have all these things in your head that you're not bringing out of you, that you're not allowing yourself to process. Okay, I just stopped my time around 222. So angel number of balance and duality. Okay, and I just I think I stacked the cards again, and you got material and spiritual prosperity that popped up again. 6 is the number of power and dominion. So it's also the number that comes after the number 5, which is the number of changes. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So when you are over feeling afraid of making your own decisions and knowing that whatever you do is going to work out in your highest good, highest favor, whether you get there in 5 minutes or 55 days or 365 days, you'll be alright. You'll be alright. Do your breathing exercises, say your prayers, you will be fine. You want to be everyone's counselor, but when it's time to counsel yourself and tap in to that intuition you have and use it on your own life, you're all confused. But it's an illusion. Take off the shades that aren't allowing you to see the sun that is shining through the window. Because it's literally shining through the window. It's summer. God bless me, it's summer. If you know where that's from. Jersey Shore. So allow yourself to make fruitful decisions, and you're on the right track. This week is full of movement. It's full of you being bored. It's full of you not knowing, not having. You're not going to have all the answers, Sway. It's okay. Jesus. And that's a message to myself. It's all right. Okay. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The waiting game. Emotional withdrawal. People ain't gonna like you this week. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You're gonna need a break from it. You're gonna be overstimulated. You know? I don't know who to entertain. I don't know who to text back to. Maybe I want to scroll on TikTok for 10 hours. Maybe I want to talk to 10 people at once. Maybe I want to call everyone in my contact list, make plans, and then bail out on them, or flake, or go ghost. Maybe I want to take myself on a date. Maybe I want to get dressed and have someone take me out. Maybe I want to ditch my date as soon as I'm done eating and never call them again. Maybe I want to submit an application, and when I get that call back, I want to keep them waiting. Maybe you submitted a application and you're waiting to be called back. Maybe you're giving too much of yourself in these connections. And look, what is this? An hourglass, a lamp, whatever. Not so full. Not so full. Not being satisfied. And the moving on card is on the bottom of the deck, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, because you've realized that anyone who has a space in your life is because you've given them that space to be there. Anything that you believe is an obstacle that you think people get easily is simply just because you're not aware of what people have done to get the things that they have received. Your heart is way too pure. Way too pure. Leave people waiting. Wait things out. And sometimes you have to withdraw from the relationships in your life. Sometimes you have to cry it out. Sometimes you have to scream into a pillow. Sometimes you have to write everything down. 2 and 8 together give the number 10. People always say that 8 and 9 are like the numbers of completion, but I see the number 10 being like whole completion. Completion, new beginnings with the number 1, being a leader and having a illuminated start to whatever it is, to like your attitude, to your spirit, to your goals. And the number 0 being a number that's like on a clean slate. I see the number 0 as being very powerful. So this emotional withdrawal that you're having, bouts of I'm not a mental health professional, but you may have feelings of like feeling anxiety or feeling sadness or needing to take your time and evaluate and really see why you give people so much power. And you're gonna have realizations and revelations about those things, possibly a message coming through from a special someone, and you're gonna feel different about them, and it's gonna shock the connection I'm getting. And then I shuffled again, and you got heartache and loss, but the loss is a win, because it's gonna jumpstart a new chapter, especially this week. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Ciao. Toodles.